later on, and I love the respect that EDG showed. They banned out the Zeri because that was too crazy, okay? That Baron Steel and the late game Zeri from WBG, that was kind of illegal at that point.
Yeah.
But Gragas also being banned out, so really withering down the possible pool for Langui here.
Right. They can still go for Karma, but the Karma pickup or the Sona pickup has seen relevance just off late, right? Like, it wasn't really there into the third week of this tournament. So them leaving their support as their last pick, I wonder what they will be bringing out. They went for the Corki and the Ezreal, two of the best poking champions in the game. And Weibo Gaming will not go for the Varus because that was banned away here by EDG. Lots of respects, lots on the line for Weibo Gaming, and EDG still wants to deny them of a 2-1 victory.
We asked who will be the champion for Langui, and apparently he delivered. The Nautilus was open, so he will lock that in. Gragas could have been better, but I think Weibo Gaming was 2 steps ahead of them. So they made sure that, hey, you're stuck with the Nautilus. You have no choice but to just soak up on damage.
I think the biggest difference between the Nautilus and the Galio of Langui is the Nautilus will be there to really just help out in picking or in locking down champions. Meanwhile, the Galio can be used defensively. How many times did we see Langui cast the Hero's Entrance to provide support to 0711? That was easily denied here by Weibo Gaming. And truth be told here, Yuko, I think Weibo Gaming's draft overall was genius, right? Outside of the fact that it's no longer the Duanyu Varus that really has helped them in this tournament. I think Weibo Gaming's draft overall might have a chance here of ending the 10-game win streak of EDG.
And if you think about it, it's very cool to think that in the last day of the group stages and the last series and the last game, they finally were able to maybe end the dominating win streak of EDG.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll never know. They just they do have a stellar performance ever since game number 1.
Yeah, and Faye is instead of going for the Orianna, he asked Duanyu to play the mage in the bottom lane, which advantage in the bottom lane by EDG will even be more magnified. Ezreal is one of the best laners that we have in the game in the current patch, and Alone and Langui will recognize that as a fact. They are even trying to take away the small golem that is available here. But Jay-Chan will be denying that from EDG.
Yeah, I mean, you're a Galio. You can take up so much space and you can quite literally push people away. It was a good attempt. I mean, early game Ezreal is very vulnerable. You kind of know he won't do much unless Langui will be able to hook someone.
Exactly. That's that's the killer combo, right? Like you hook someone down, and immediately the burst coming in from the Ezreal will be there. And primarily the reason why Ezreal is one of the scarier early game champions that we have in the game is because of the Kraken Slayer. It will really surprise you with the amount of damage that it can do in the laning phase. Meanwhile, on the top side, Xiao Zhang, we have to remember that come midpoint of game number 2, he was enjoying a 1.5k goal lead ahead of the Camille. Unfortunately for them, it did not really pan out into a victory, and that was because of FaZe stealing the Elder Dragon.
And now let's see if it's something that will happen again this game, or will EDG learn their lesson? It's okay, to be fair, the dragons and the high-scaled ones are going to be later into the game, so you might need to wait for that. But for now, we're going to focus on the macro and them trying to play the chess game, the chess match.
Yeah.
You know, if they rotate, will they try and force it, or will they just try to steal the possible I'm waiting. I thought they were gonna try to gag.
Yeah,
I stopped my sentence mid-sentence, but apparently, okay, they didn't do it.
Yeah, I know. They are keeping you on your toes. And again, Van is playing with your heart right now, Yuko. Even Zihan is very close to level 5, and that's why, you know, at any given moment, this could explode.
We're
And
waiting, and okay, there was a good attempt. All right, but they are taking their time into the Baron lane, making sure Zihan will not be able to walk or at least reach the opponent's
Yep.
turret. Now if it's Corky, he will be able to clear the wave almost immediately. I'm waiting for a good shockwave from Duan Yu though, because I feel like he won't hesitate to dive on the turret and just pop in with the shockwave.
yeah, of course, especially with their jungler, or if their jungler is there to back them up. One of the best ways to deliver the ball on towards the opponents is by attaching it on towards the Galio, or that's what we call the ball delivery system. Flipping alone should be enough. Alone is very squishy. But looking at the map right now, I don't think we'll be seeing any ganks anytime soon. There could be a commitment on the top side, especially knowing that we are at the 3-minute and 30 mark, which basically means that you could still use the ultimate, and we'll still have that available by the time that they enter a skirmish in the first objective timing. But you're seeing the mechanics here by Xiao Zhang. He's really putting the pressure in towards Zihan.
He's testing the limits of his Fiora, and even though he is up against a Camille, which usually you'd be kind of worried because she has a Hexic ultimatum, but for him, he doesn't really care. In the early game, he knows he's the one in the lead.
Yeah, exactly. And again, no one is at the advantage. Weibo Gaming and EDG is really playing it slow, playing it careful, right? Like, no one wants to commit a heavy gank on either side. And no one really is at the advantage here. Again, just looking at their draft overall, Yuko, I feel that both of them does have a certain set of win condition. For Weibo Gaming, they need to rely on the lockdown of Zihan, rely on team fighting, because that's where, like, the AoE damage coming in from the Aatrox and the Orianna will be massive. Meanwhile, for EDG, it's all about scaling. Their double marksman will be a problem, but they have to play the front-to-back synergy. They have to make sure that no one gets their hands on towards the marksman. Protect the king or protect the president kind of playstyle for EDG.
I like it. Protect the king kind of playstyle. And right on cue, the dragon is up. The fan gets first dibs. Arguably non-contested because EDG is making their way into the repair. They want to be able to get the turret, but they do get spotted out by Ji Quan. And dragon has been secured, and Shelly will be secured by Hecarim as well.
Exactly, and this is just going to be a very easy trade. EDG will most likely use this Rift Herald on towards the mid lane to help out Alone be more accelerated. J-Chan is here to just deny them going back. Again, you know, it's a very quiet game, and to me, and you know, EDG really knows that the time is not yet now for them to go for engage. Meanwhile, Weibo Gaming, I feel that they are still being very careful. They know what is at stake, and you know, when you are this close in banking or in grabbing a playoff spot, you don't want to be the reason why you ended up losing this chance, right, Yuko? And that, I think, is the reason why Weibo Gaming as a whole is reluctant in going for any risky plays.
They're in the zone, and this is something we saw in game number 1. It only took EDG one mistake from Weibo Gaming for them to make things happen. This is a good attempt, a 3v2 indeed, but here is 0711. They were not able to secure the kill, but there is a Hecarim now focus firing on Duan Yu. But hey, still alive, and it was a handshake kind of battle, but now it will be the Herald, someone in the mid lane.
Oh, Zihan might be in trouble here. Although no ultimate available for 0711, Xiao Zhang does have the grand challenge, but the wave clear of Zihan should be enough. EDG getting tower plays on the top lane and bot lane as well. And not to mention that the Rift Herald being used in the mid lane. I guess in terms of gold, EDG is still getting that small advantage here, Yuko.
They are. I think it has something to do with how slow they're playing the game. They don't want to pull the trigger just yet. They really want to quite literally take a feel on how the map is before they try to start any fight. And they're giving space for the Corky as well as their Ezreal to go online.
And this is when you know the stakes are really being battled by the two teams, right? Like, none of them really wants to commit hard. There was an attempt for J-Chan and Weibo Gaming to get the assassination on towards Langby, but it's one of their tankiest members, 0711 being there as well. It's actually a very good sign. World Ender going to be used here by Fan to disengage as well as the flash. Again, no heavy commitment from EDG side.
Nada. It's just them. See, I think they're trying to catch someone if they're isolated.
Yeah.
But if it's 2, 3, even 5, they don't really want to risk it. Now that's maybe the calling being popped by Faye, which will be a problem later on. But that's for maybe 16-minute EDG to think about.
Yeah, and again, it's all about recognizing who has the... Oh wow, what a gold steal coming in from Fan. That's like snatching away the candy cane from 0711. That's a blue buff stolen by the jungler of Weibo.
That's gonna... Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing to happen. So that one timing will, I guess, affect so much for their team side. But anyway, the barrage being sent out again. Not really killing anyone, but at least they get to clear the waves.
Exactly. Xiaozhang needs to recall here, meaning there will be an opening for Weibo Gaming to actually destroy this tower. They do have enough damage. Zihan and Fan would tag team. And looking at the state of the map right now, no one from EDG will be around to take and defend this tower on the top side. And surely EDG was doing something in return. And yeah, case in point, they were taking down the tower in the bot lane. So that's a 1-for-1.
1-for-1 trade. At least you were able to even the trade out. But I guess now Weibo Gaming, they're just in their element. You know, they leave Faye to farm on his own, and if they're comfortable enough, they rotate over to the mid lane to maybe clear the wave and try to catch, not Langby, he's too tanky, maybe catch Ezreal if they can.
Yeah, it's which is very mobile. So, who are you going to catch? Langby that is very tanky, or Alone that is very squishy but is very mobile? I think they really just have to wait for the second objective to spawn up. If you're EDG, you really want to deny the Dragon Soul win condition, and you already has the package right now. Fan is actually on their backside without them knowing. But this is a very good spot. Okay.
Surprise! Now that will
he got surprised!
But you in the middle of everything, Ezreal gets killed onto one, but it looks like EDG is the one being secured right now. A lot of damage being taken by the side of Weibo Gaming. Gatling gun being popped by you, G-Quan in the middle of everything, but Duanyu is safe. Let's see if Shockwave will actually come through. Langby gets taken down. Alone will have to take a step back. Here is you, here is Jishang. That was a messy team fight.
Yeah, that was a 3-4-2 actually, in the favor of 2-for-1 in fact, in the favor of Weibo Gaming. But more importantly, no junglers are alive right now. It does look like the Weibo Gaming will be gifted of a free Infernal Dragon unless Alone has something to teleport. Okay, 0711.
There is G-Quan, and now that is going to be the Dragon secured by Aatrox, making it look so easy. And with that, Weibo Gaming, they disengage.
Yeah, that's a very quick one, right? Like, EDG invested a teleport for their jungler. Meanwhile, Weibo Gaming did not have to do the same. And with just one flash, that 50-50 headed over to Weibo Gaming. And this is just another injury. Xiaozhang getting chased? Oh, wow, he still lives.
I'm surprised. He was able to juggle that.
It's so crazy, but let's look into that in this replay once again. This teleport, oh man. Hearts racing, 0711, smite 5, 50-50, 2 HP! What? Oh man! Exactly, right. Remember the Elder Dragon that was stolen by Weibo Gaming? Neither of them was able to get the dragon. It was Faye on the Zeri that got the last hit. And this is how close this game is, Yuko. EDG and Weibo Gaming really is presenting or has a gift for every Wild Rift Esports fans out there, because this is really very intense.
Really intense, and you know, it really keeps us at the edge of our seats. And say, if you're gonna gauge the damage, EDG is not lacking like at all. It just so happened that Alone can't really either look for the right target or actually have a decent follow-up. So it's all gonna depend on how EDG will do their juggle, or who will they target, because more often than not, Weibo Gaming, they are able to escape. See, 0711 with a good attempt,
Chocolate.
but Ji-Quan will be able to get all of that. He does become golden, and he is definitely tanky. You have the calling being popped, just 2 more hits, and 0711 could have died.
Yep.
But now, Weibo Gaming, they're the ones steering the wheel.
Exactly, and now that the jungler is so low, he needs to recall. Weibo Gaming will be getting the head of the jungler. Can they force down this Baron? Oh man, what a turn of events here, Yuko.
Definitely. See, that's very interesting, and it's really exciting. But Yu is lurking at the side. Alone is there as well. Let's see, they'll be able to get the Baron. I don't think so. They might be able to get 1 kill though. Aatrox secures it, and EDG, they could not do anything. On top of that, well, they do sacrifice Camille, but Camille in exchange for a Baron, I'll take that trade.
0711 did not respect the chase down potential of Weibo Gaming, ending up dying, and that means that Weibo Gaming had all the time in the world to secure the Baron. Yeah, sure, EDG was able to get a consolation prize of a return kill, but that is still a massive advantage. Upswing gifted over to Weibo Gaming.
A lot more things in their pocket, damage-wise, gold-wise, even macro-wise. Now it's Duan Yu is just waiting for his next target, honestly. Even Faye. You just need 1 good the calling, and Weibo Gaming will probably secure this.
Yeah, 3-2 in terms of tower count. And that will change very soon with the power of this Baron empowered push. They will be taking this tower in the mid lane of EDG. Weibo Gaming can even get more advantage elsewhere in the map. How are they going to play this one out? They will be sending Fan to push this bottom lane. And all this is in preparation of the more juicy objective. That is the Dragon Soul. Ocean Soul, Yuko, I believe, is one of the best win conditions imaginable for a double marksman composition. And you look at how Weibo Gaming plays this, right? Like, they're going back. They're going to spend those unspent gold, and we'll go for a potential win condition here in the 3rd Dragon. 20 seconds, it spawns up, and EDG is aware.
And here's the thing, right? In the previous game, I was kind of skeptical about Weibo Gaming securing those 3 dragons, but this time around, they are just in a different league.
Yeah.
They're very much in their stellar mode, or they are in their showtime mode. But now, that will be Ji-Quan left in the middle of everything. He does become golden, but he is a-okay, fam. Just really focusing on the dragon. Faye did give some hits, but was not able to secure anything. Now EDG, they have their eyes set on the Mountain Jake. Remember, Duan Yu is there as well. 0711 will be able to pop in, but that is going to be Heroes End on the side. But now Weibo got it! To get the dragon. Weibo still got it, Aatrox still got it, and with that, you trying to look for the next target. They don't care. Zihuan as well as Fan is just jumping in and out of the fight. Aatrox, very powerful. He will be able to secure that kill. Fiora does go down, and Weibo Gaming, they leave the pit with smiles in their faces.
That's
plus
an
another
ace.
Kill going over to Lucian, and that is the ace of the game.
Yuko, that's an ace. That is the Ocean Soul, which means that they have infinite sustain. Weibo Gaming can finish this game right here, right now.
When the timer is very, very high, it's very likely that Weibo Gaming will be able to finish this. They have the way, they have the potential. They are gonna go all in, and they are focusing on the Nexus. And with that, Weibo secures the series with a 2-1.
And they secure a playoff spot. Welcome to the playoffs, Weibo Gaming.
Surprise, surprise, on top of securing a playoff spot, they also were able to end the 10 series win streak of EDG. That's basically hitting 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right. So clutch. Weibo Gaming, when their backs are against the walls, they find the team fight, they find the smile.